Hey, what's up everyone? This is Lorenzo with Unicorn Riot. Give me 1 second. We're going to make sure all these feeds are up. We are still in Tijuana, Mexico, right by the Benito Juarez Center, where there's this sort of camp has been established for all the people who have been coming north, the asylum seekers, and the caravans coming north. Also been called the Migrant Caravan, the Asylum Seeker Caravan. A group of people has moved through Mexico, now in Tijuana, and there's thousands of folks here. We see this big line. This line of folks is people who came up. The government officials, they got these guys in the orange. They're called Beta, something, Grupo Beta. I don't know all the things about them, but you can search them up on the internet. They seem to be organizing this line of folks to go into this bus to get some supplies to be brought back. I was trying to really understand what was going on, but it was hard to understand. But all I know is it seems to be these Beta folks are organizing these people to get on some buses. And they're going to be going away. You can probably hear a little bit of a helicopter sound. That's because a Department of Homeland Security helicopter has been hovering over the camp. I assume because you have this giant gathering of people lining up. They're probably wondering what's going on. It looks like what's just going on is some sort of government group has come here to take a group of these folks going out. I was overhearing that the camp itself is getting to just the maximum amount of people who can be in it. It's a lot of folks. I think there's 2,000 or 3,000 people here. Looks like there's a group also providing first aid over here on the right. And some sort of medical care. This is giving us, if you were watching this yesterday, the sort of standoff that happened is down the street this way. I'm looking south, so that's kind of where that's at. And then here's the camp. We were inside that yesterday. We walked around a little bit. I'm going to walk down to the border fence, show you the helicopter. It's really low over the camp now. Let's go look at this. So this is the migrant camp right here. The encampment where they're keeping the Mexico government's keeping folks and housing folks. And then there's a Department of Homeland Security chopper. So we can get this is right on the other side of the border. You can see the border walls right there. There's the chopper. So here's the camp. Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of... I don't know. So they're just hovering there. The Department of Homeland Security is kind of hovering, looking at the camp now for a while. Mostly when everyone started lining up, it's kind of where they came over. So there you go. And there's the chopper. And then you can see these clothes they're thrown over the wall to dry. Here's the camp. I don't know how long it plans to be there, but we'll just... Anyway, so that's what's going on right now at the camp. People are being moved. There's thousands in here. We're here and they're going to try to move a lot. There's a lot of unaccompanied children who came up with groups. And so right now the Mexican government is trying to, I guess, figure out where to put who or what I'm hearing. As these people are also seeking asylum, they're trying to, as I was talking about earlier today, like these people are waiting to go apply for asylum, and they're obviously not, so that's what's going on. There's 1,000 or so folks, 2,000 folks. Department of Homeland Security. I don't know if there's something going on the other side of the fence. This is the border fence. You can see this little added plate across the top to mitigate people climbing over. And it looks like there's another part of the wall. It's like 2 layers of walls. But yeah. There's also a Cessna circling overhead for all you plane folks. So we got this, and then above it, I don't think we can make it out. Can I see it? I can't see it. Oh, there's a Cessna really high up making slow circles, so there you go. I can't. Oh, there's 2 of them. There's another one over here. There's 2 Cessnas. We have the Department of Homeland Security at low altitude. We have the migrant camp here. Migrants being put onto a bus by some sort of a group. I'll have to look it up. I'm just new to this too. I'm just new to this place as well, so I apologize. You're like, how do they not know? That is weird. I mean, it's just like hanging out. It's getting lower and lower. The helicopter's getting lower and lower, it seems. But I don't know. So I'm not in that cockpit. I don't know why they're coming down here, but they're hanging out. Eso pasa todo el tiempo. ¿Esa es la primera vez que hacen esto?
No,
Sí.
digo por viaje.
¿Mande?
Así está todo el tiempo ellos.
Todo el tiempo. Está bien.
Pero ahorita más. Ahorita más.
Más ahora, más ahora.
Todo el tiempo. Sí, caminando por el cerro.
Así, no. Okay, thank you. All right, I was asking if this happened often. They said all the time. They come by all the time. And the guys, well, not like this. Like, oh, okay, not like this, but all the time. And they're here all the time. It's like, yeah, but not like this, never like this. And that's pretty much what they said. So yeah, they're just hanging out. There's I guess they're monitoring these folks that are getting on this bus. I don't really know. But again, there's the camp. You can see people have wristbands to get in and out. They're trying to, I think, control the flow a little bit. Make sure I'm not down here. Its flag. Yeah, it's super low. It's even lower. Oh, there's a big camera ball in it. You can see it. It's very huge. It's rotating a little bit. It's trying to bottom left. You probably can't. I can't zoom in too much, but there it is. So they're filming that one here too. I can't get close to it. I don't got no zoom. I guess that would help. Oh, it says N793AM. So Nancy 793 Alpha something. It's M Motel. Probably not it. It's hotel. Damn it. M. Anyway, so yeah, that's the helicopter that's overhead. More press people are in here. You gotta film the American flag waving, dude. And that shot. Yeah. I'm gonna move back to the line of folks. But yeah, so you see that's going on. I don't know why. Anybody on the internet probably has a better idea than I do, because I don't really know what's going on. There was also more police here, at least at the gate. I saw them search some folks, so there's obviously a kind of uptick in security, not only from, like, I guess the United States, who seems to be worried these people who have been here for days now are going to go across, and have been shoring up, putting out resources to mitigate that. A lot of resources. I say added a whole new layer to the fence along with some razor wire to a lot of it. So here's the entrance to the center. I'm not gonna keep this up forever. I think we'll probably stay up for another 20 minutes or less. Let me go back over here where they're moving folks so we can figure out what is going on.
¿Dónde son?
Vuelvo a intentar de nuevo.
It's really good supplies, talking. You can see everyone has little wristbands now.
Trabajando aquí. Por si usted quiere quedarse aquí.
So, I'm sorry, I know everyone's like wondering what's going on. I was listening to, you have this little group of people here, the volunteer in the middle, and they're discussing, she's just trying to explain to them that if they want to work in Mexico and stay here, that they need to sign up on this list, they can start that process, and explain to them that the asylum seeking process in the United States could take a very long time. And so if they plan to seek asylum, they should also plan to stay here and apply to work here, because it might take a while, and they can't just be, And so right now, that's what they're being cycled through, is that she's taking names and information to, I guess, try to get folks visas to work in Mexico while they're here, as they wait for the process to unfold in the United States, which they said they had no involvement with. What's going on here is just Mexico, at least this volunteer, trying to get people's information if they want to stay here, to get them into the process to be able to start working here. So that's what I was hearing, at least when I was standing by that group. I didn't put the camera in there because I don't know how to. I'll try to get more information here. So yeah, so that's what's going on, I guess, here. So you had the DHS over. It looks like these volunteers are going through and collecting people's information to see if they want to stay here and work, or if they want to go back. Because regardless if they want to seek asylum in the United States, the process will take a while, so they need to start thinking about what they're going to do if they have to be here for a bit. And that's what that volunteer was trying to explain to the folks who are here. I couldn't make up what I guess the woman who was talking to the volunteer said that well, but that's it. It seems like people are seeking asylum, but they know it's going to be a long process, and the Mexican, at least this volunteer here, is trying to mitigate that. Let me see if I can talk. Let's see, 1 second. So everyone is just watching. I am just trying to move through, so I figure out what's going on. So it's gonna be a lot quiet as I listen. Again, this is like one of the groups. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt people because they're all in the middle of a bunch of stuff, So like me going in and being like, "Hey, talk to me," is just like you're talking to a bunch of people who need information. So I'm just kind of eavesdropping a little bit, kind of explain to you what I'm hearing. Queues, bear abandoned camps, lots of lines. I think they're giving out food. Yeah, so let's say some food. Some people brought some food over and they're just kind of handing out, and this is what this line is formed for. That's a food line. It works. Oh, tortillas. Tortillas. Yeah, it looks like some sort of tortilla filled with cheese maybe or something. Again, this is Lawrence with the Unicorn Riot. I am at the encampment where the folks who came up on the caravan are, at least a group of them are here, a few thousand of them from my understanding. Been here, they're trying to move them around. Right now, it looks like they have them in different queues, different folks, different queues to, I'm not exactly sure they get registered in something. Yeah, there's just people everywhere, you know.
Quiero hacer un documental de más de 3 horas. Bueno, ahí se ponen de acuerdo. ¿Hecho?
Entonces, aunque se ponga...
You know, I see a lot of different age groups are here. Alright, well, mostly just wanted to show you where I was at right now. Again, I don't plan on staying out too much longer, maybe another 10 minutes. Again, this is Unicorn Riot. We are still here in Tijuana. We plan to stay here for a few days and then maybe be gone for a minute, then be back for a while. So if you do like this coverage, please consider just following our feeds, sharing them out. All that's really helpful. And thanks to all of our donors that got us here. Without that, we wouldn't be here. Still trying to figure out what's going on. It's just people moving around, you know. But here it is. This is the encampment. Right on the other side over there. Okay. Yeah, the whole camp is like surrounded by like police. There. I've not actually seen over there, but I was guessed that they're over there as well. So that is not to keep people, I guess, regulate the flow of people into the camp. Yesterday we saw that sort of anti-migrant march come down to this wall over here. They're trying to come in. So I think that the police are concerned about people coming in here and doing stuff, causing things to happen, or at least trying to create some separation, to try to ensure it doesn't happen. Obviously, they're using resources to do it, but that's what's going on, at least on the Mexico side. But yeah, it's been really like, you know, we kind of came down writing this sort of rhetoric. I was writing earlier about some of our experience being in this place, and like on the second day, if you look back, we were at the other side of the wall on the beach. We ran into this woman, and she was like, she was just frantically telling us that it was happening, that they were coming. Like, they're coming, they're invading. They used the word flood, you know, this is what this person said. And then nothing happened. Like, we just sat there and nothing happened. And then we went to this side, and that's like the rhetoric you're hearing, and you're hearing over and over again, that's what's happening. And there's a few thousand people who seem to be waiting and being like signed in on the different sheets, they're in different queues. You know, like this looks pretty much what a place of processing looks like with a giant camp. But I mean, there's all this, you know, so that's what's going on this side. You can take that however you want. There was this morning, they shut down the border and put up more stuff to fortify it further, I guess. This morning, the northbound lanes were shut down, which caused a lot of upset because, like, honestly, people are crossing back and forth across this border all day. People are going to the United States to work. They come back. People from the United States come this way. They go back. It's really common. I cross now a few times. It's just they're like hello and then goodbye. You know, it's happening all the time, and so people are crossing the border here to go to work constantly, but returning home, and so just so you know, if you haven't been in the border, it isn't like it's this thing that's impossible. You know, it's just, you just cross it. And that's what now these people now aren't crossing it because they're all, at least right now, at least what we're seeing, they're trying to figure out how to now go and apply for asylum. We're hearing the number of asylums they're processing is like up towards 90 now, and they're trying to get more. I'll double check that number. Again, we're still working on a post to bring out to you all to kind of like put all this stuff together. I think we're getting close to the time where we might not be around anymore, so we, I don't know, maybe we'll make it all together. I don't know. Right now, the way it feels is going all together. It looks like they're letting press in, so maybe I can just go in. Gracias. All right, let's go check it out. No, it's not going on.
Carajo, ¿cómo estás ahorita, hermano?
So these are all the press that are going in.
Llevamos esta madrugada, pero subimos también la semana pasada.
Ah, ok.
¿Tú qué onda? ¿Has estado acá al pie del cañón todo el tiempo?
Sí.
¿Vas a entrar?
No, hoy no. No, yo entré. Bueno, no sé. Realmente no.
If you go, let's see in our chat here, let's people are looking at how to support. If you go to unicornriot.ninja, you'll see we have a current recurring donor drive. So if you want to be a recurring donor, you can get some cool little limited time gifts. And then also you can give a one-time donations. We have some shirts too if you want to get those as a gift. So go to support our work at unicornriot.ninja and you can find all that stuff. And thank you so much for considering supporting us monetarily. It's the only way we can stay out here. So we're going to head into the camp here, do another walk around. We did this yesterday, but again, if you don't know what's going on, we'll show you this is what it looks like on this end, and then you can kind of compare that to what you're hearing wherever you're at. You know, so this is a live feed. You've seen it live now for about 24 minutes. We are November 19th, Monday, November 19th, 1:54 on the West Coast, and we're about to go in there. Thanks, studio. Again, I am Lorenzo, your host. Oh, but we're a whole crew. There's people working at home to bring you information as well. People working from different places. So we have a pretty collaborative kind of horizontal process with no bosses that allows us to kind of bring this to you at a much sort of like much more. I don't even know how to explain it. Just support us. It's to get better. It has gotten better. Thank you so much. Here we go. I didn't bring any hearts today, so there you go. So it's gonna take a second. It looks like we're gonna have to sign in and stuff, show our ID and all this. So we'll do that again. It looks like there's been an increased security here since yesterday when I was here, and I don't know what caused that, but it's what has happened, at least from my perception of being here yesterday. It might have to be there's more people now. Yesterday I was able to just walk up to, so there's gateway to walk through and just sign in and get in very quickly. But now it looks like they're letting queues of people in, and it will be a second here. Again, thanks for watching unicornriot.ninja. Again, click like, share, follow, all those buttons. Will keep you informed of what we're doing. Notification button if you're feeling really like you love us. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. We are a non-commercial, not-for-profit media organization. None of this is going to be sold or monetized in any way. It is provided to the public free of charge for educational purposes. So thank you for that support and allowing us to do this. More people coming in. Slowly moving forward here. The chopper is gone. If you're watching earlier, it was the Department of Homeland Security chopper. It's gone now. So we're just gonna wait here. Go on in. We're gonna continue a loop around. And I was thinking about going back to the beach to show you that wall again from the other side. But we'll see how it plays out. Again, we're live. We're just kind of just doing what feels right here and bringing this to you so you can see it as well. Because we're also learning with you. So thanks for bearing with us. All right. Yeah, so again, I'm sure the chat has been very full of information that's being brought in from somewhere else, and people are talking about it. But this is what's going on the ground. So I don't know what you're hearing or not. Again, I'm here in Tijuana, just live streaming. So this is what I'm seeing. It's a bunch of orderly queues as people wait to be processed into different sort of processes. There's a lot of processes folks have to go through, it sounds like. They want to seek asylum, there's a process. If they want to get a job here and stay here, there's a process. And that's two of them. I'm sure there's a process to become part of this camp. And people are just filling out paperwork, coming in with paperwork, and this is continuing all day. And this is what I saw here when I was here yesterday. Besides, of course, that anti-migrant march. That was the first thing I saw, really. And then I got here and saw people just going through these different processes and just waiting. It looks like a lot of waiting. Looks like we're gonna try to see what VHS chopper was. There was also, like I said, two Cessnas. I mentioned the Cessnas because they're known to fly around and be swooping up cell phone information as just what seems to be normal procedures now for the United States. I don't know that's what that was, but they're just rolling around. I'd like to notice them. If you look, FBI Spy Skies, our friend was a North Star Post. Did a good story about them, so now I always notice them. So thanks for that information. FBI Spy Skies. Here, I'll do a little, like, I'm gonna give you some height. We can look around, see the queue I'm in. Nobody would think that signing into something is exciting, you know.
Yes, this is my first day.
But, you know, I think it adds a certain amount of unarguability. You know, there's nothing you can really say except I sat in a line for 10 minutes with you all so you can see what it's like to sit in a line to get into this place. There you go. Reporting live from a line. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, different organizations for sure, you know. That's what I'm noticing as well. A lot of people bringing supplies, a lot of people bringing food. When I first got here, there was a prayer circle of, I assume, like a group of migrants had just gotten here, and a pastor leading them in prayer. People were, like, hugging and crying. It's pretty intense. Again, if you have any questions or anything like that about us, you can contact us at info@unicornriot.ninja. If you're interested in purchasing footage from us, we do not sell our footage. It is all non-commercial. We license it Creative Commons, non-commercial, share alike, so you can use it as long as you not try to monetize it. So again, don't bother contacting us if you're just trying to buy footage. It's a big hint there. It's a waste of your time. But you can use it if you're interested in not making money off it. It's free for use on the internet. Creative Commons, non-commercial, share alike. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you for Creative Commons trying to at least give us some way to share things that can't be sold. All right.
Is Olivia coming? What?
Yeah, no, anyways, yeah, so we'll keep going. So again, so Unicorn Riot started wanting to come down to the start covering the what was called the Migrant Caravan when it was further south in Mexico. We didn't have the funds to do it. We couldn't deploy to do it. We couldn't make it any sort of reasonable way that we'd be able to survive and eat food on our own if we did it, so we didn't do it. We spent a lot of time just discussing how we could make it possible and how it could work. We got a lot of support, got a lot of support. During that time, what we kind of were hearing was there was this giant invasion of people coming. They're going to rush the border. They're going to climb over. You know, there's a lot of media, like video media of just people just climbing this fence and getting over there, you know. And that's all we heard and saw, and a little rhetoric from those in, like, I guess the highest seats in the House, the President of the United States. It was basically saying that all these people were coming to invade and had no, you know, nobody had papers, nobody had anything. They're just coming here to take, you know. And And so that's what we heard on the way down. We almost felt frantic. And then as soon as the elections happened, it just disappeared. It was gone. And we still knew that people were coming. People were still coming regardless. Those people are always coming. People are always trying to migrate to the United States. That's how the United States became a country. People immigrated here, settled. There was a whole bunch of genocide that happened, and then they made a country. So that's how the United States came to be. And so people are still trying to enter into this space. And now, it's just different, I guess. There's walls and stuff. And so, but they're trying to enter the process that exists now to go into the United States. So, of course, through all that time, they've made different processes. I can't say that enough. And now people are trying to apply those processes to get there. And if they weren't trying to, I don't think they'd be in this camp, because this camp is all about people being signed on the lists. And so that's what it seems like anyway. So I don't really know. It's just all that disappeared. It's that people still kept talking about it, sort of this like invasion sort of thing. Even like I said, on the beach, we heard that woman saying they're invading, they're coming, and nothing happened. We came here and everyone is in queues to get signed up to different stuff. Right now, again, so this could all be different in a bit. Okay, 1 second, I'm going to sign in. Which one do you think is the real line? If you look back, there's like 2 lines now. There's only one place. I don't know if I'm actually in line. It's hard to tell. Just 1 second.
Medio hora de entrada, 5.
Ok, está bien.
Oh yeah, next.
Hora y medio.
Ah, sí. Sí, pues acá, gracias. Acá
Red Cross, huh?
El horario es de 2 a 3.
Again.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Medios de este lado, por favor.
Gracias. Gracias, muchas gracias. Gracias. Alright, so medio, that's me. Alright, so here we are. In the camp. There you go. People in queues. Alright, so I'm going to move over here and set up some stuff really quick. Make sure my phone is charging. I don't want it to die on you all. But we're back inside of the encampment. You can see it's children, a variety of people, variety of ages. It's human beings who have traveled a long way. And now in a kind of basically a holding pattern as they sort of all figure out what's going to happen next, how they're going to move forward next. A lot of them, of course, hoping to go to the United States. The United States recently kind of fortifying its borders, deploying military units, deploying, like building up the border wall. And because they're going to, these people are going to be, I guess, coming in and storming them. But the first day when migrants got to Tijuana, they were climbing the fence. There was a lot of media about it. There's a few people, I'd say, but it was like, it didn't look like a lot of people at least. And here's a lot of people here. So that's like a cross-section of who, that first day. There's thousands of people here. As far as I've seen, there's not been a lot of people who have been on the beach. So I'm going to sit up here again for a second. People showering behind me. I'm not going to show you that. Hola. Yeah. Just give me 1 second, everybody. Just checking some stuff out. Again, thanks for joining us. This is Lorenzo, your host with Unicorn Riot. We are in Tijuana, Mexico. in the encampment now from the migrant caravans, the different asylum seeker caravans, all the different caravans that came up and are coming up. We're coming at you live. Thanks a lot for the support. Here we go. This is an announcement. This is Erica, a lawyer immigration lawyer from the United States. Oh. Okay. She just kicked out. So she's asking the press to leave, but I don't know how they're going to manage that. She wants to have some sort of security to be able to ask questions to the migrants if they have any private questions. I'll stay back here because I don't think she's going to be able to get rid of the press. And so I'll just get just so you know, because all the press just sat outside forever to get in. Now they're in. This is the most exciting thing that's happening. You see, they just put the camera right in the middle of it. So I'm guessing they're not going to get rid of the press right now. ¿Cómo están? Bien, qué bueno, qué bueno. ¿Está vivo? ¿Internet ahorita?
Podemos hacer un par de preguntas.
¿Cómo qué?
Como, pues, no sé si la embajada, no sé si la embajada o qué de Canadá les está ayudando a los nicaragüenses, no sé. Ustedes son
Soy americano, soy periodista.
ya. Y aquí en Norteamérica, ¿sabe cómo está la situación?
No saben qué está pasando
para nosotros.
yo no sé, pero no saben qué es. I don't know, no sé.
Porque digamos la situación de nosotros está como Venezuela.
Sí.
¿Sí sabes cómo está la situación en Venezuela?
Sí, si me quieres hablar, está bien. No sé nada, ¿verdad? No sé, nomás llegué aquí como 4 días antes. Nomás estoy
Actualizado.
escuchando, y si me quieren decir algo, me dicen. Si no, está bien. Está pointado allá, no necesitan estar enfrente. Me pueden sentar aquí, hablar conmigo. Lo dijo a gente que está pasando. Si quieren. Si no, está bien. Buen día.
No, nos vemos más tarde, vamos a echar como un baño. Que
Oh,
estamos llegando.
¿apenas llegaste?
Sí.
Lorenzo Serna. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. So I was out with some folks, I think they said they were coming from, I think it was El Salvador. They were talking about how the situation is just like Honduras. They wanted to know more information about what was going on in North America, about them, what was going on in Canada. And I don't have that information, I told them, because I don't know what the Canada, I don't know exactly, there's better people for that. I just told them that I just got here and I was trying to learn what was going on. If they wanted to talk to me, they could sit next to me, we can translate. We can do that. And they said they just got here, they wanted to take a shower, and so they're lining up to do it. This is Erica from the United States. About getting asylum in the United States.
Soy de una organización sin fin de lucro, se llama Al Otro Lado. Nosotros tenemos oficina aquí en Tijuana. Tenemos muchos años de trabajar en los albergues de los migrantes, dando asesoría legal. No cobramos nada para nuestros servicios. También ofrecemos representación legal en los centros de detención en el otro lado. ¿Okay? No somos parte de ningún gobierno. Todo lo que
there's a
dice
nonprofit
a mí
group
o a nuestros abogados es
that is just here to help people learn the process of seeking asylum. So here's all the people gathering to listen to information about how the proper process of seeking asylum in the United States is.
Voy a hablar de qué es asilo, qué es retención de expulsión y qué es convención contra la tortura. Esos son los 3 tipos de protección para los que tienen miedo de regresar a su país. Voy a hablar del proceso, cómo pueden pedir protección en los Estados Unidos, el proceso de agarrar números, de entregarse, qué va a pasar después. ¿Okay? Vamos a hablar de la detención, quién puede salir de la detención, quién va a permanecer.
It's also going to give information about detention, what happens if you get put into detention, who can leave detention, and also talk about the separating families. So they let them know that this what happens when parents are separated. And they also talk about what will happen to them if they do try to cross the border by jumping the wall. And what are the consequences of entering the United States without permission? So that's what's going on here.
Listos. Entonces,
So you see people gathering to get information, to understand the processes of crossing this border.
Todos están aquí porque tienen miedo de regresar a sus países, ¿cierto?
So everyone's here because they're afraid to return to their...
Hay 4 preguntas que van a pensar en cuanto estoy hablando, ¿ok? ¿Quién les hizo daño? ¿Sí? Piensan en eso, en sus casos. ¿Cómo les hizo daño? ¿Qué hicieron? Amenazas, intentaron secuestrarte, te golpearon, lo que sea, ¿sí?
So they're saying like you're gonna have to be able to explain who you're,
Súper enfocado en cuándo pasó.
like what happened that made you want to leave the country. Was there a group that did it to you? Was there a date, a specific date, and why did they do that to you? Why did they want to kill you? Whatever it was, why did they want to do that to you? You're gonna have to explain it. There's 3 types of protection. Asylum. I think extradition. I don't understand the last 2.
Asilo y retención de expulsión son casi iguales. ¿Okay? Los requisitos son iguales. Puede explicar la diferencia después de explicar los requisitos.
Again, we are in an encampment where there's migrants from Central America have been put in Tijuana, and right now they are listening and learning how to go through the process of asylum.
Voy a explicar lo que es persecución en un minuto. La persecución tiene que ser de parte del gobierno o por otra persona o grupo que el gobierno no quiere o no puede controlar.
So basically saying you're being persecuted by the government or another group of people that the government cannot control. Race, political, social groups, or like what can be persecuted. There's a few other ones like religious groups. And they have to be able to prove that they can't go anywhere else in their country and feel safe. You know, they have to be able to say that there's nowhere I can go, it's safe in this country anymore for me. Because they're being persecuted or hunted by people in the country who can't be controlled by the government or is the government. It's not because there's a lot of crime. It isn't because you need a job. Those things aren't things that are allowed over. It's about threatening your life or freedom. Something very serious. Death, assault, kidnapping, violence, crimes against humanity.
Amenazas de muerte, tortura y detención ilegal. ¿Sí? No es arresto por un crimen, sino si te detienen por razones políticas, cosas así. ¿Okay? Pero la persecución no puede ser por cualquier razón. Como dije, si te quieren matar por razones económicas o por crimen general,
they want to kill you for economic or criminal reasons, that's not persecution. It has to be one of the 5 things we discussed: race, religion, national identity, social group, or religion. Sorry, I'm trying to translate. That's tough.
Nacionalidad no aplique a los casos de Centroamérica. Eso quiere decir, yo soy de un país y voy a otro país y me quieren hacer daño por ser del otro país. O sea, yo soy hondureño, voy a Guatemala y me quieren hacer daño en Guatemala por ser de Honduras. Eso no, pues aquí en México ha pasado un poco, ¿sí? Pero no, eso no, generalmente no aplique a sus casos. No
yeah, if you're like from Honduras and you can't, or you're in Honduras and you're Guatemalan and they're oppressing you because you're Guatemalan, then you won't be able to cross because you'll just want you to go back to Guatemala instead of going back to Honduras. I think is what they're saying.
Algunas personas de esos ejemplos han ganado asilo y otros no. Eso depende mucho en el juez o el oficial que está
saying that
decidiendo su caso.
a
Algunos
lot of things
oficiales
rely
aprueban
on
sus casos
the
y otros no.
the,
La otra cosa
the
que
judge
va
and
a
lawyer
afectar
that are
su
looking at
caso
your case.
mucho es si tiene abogado o no.
Another
No
thing that
hay
matters if you have a
abogado
lawyer or
puesto por
not.
el gobierno en los Estados Unidos.
You will not get a lawyer in the United
Tiene que
States.
contratar a su
You have to
propio
get your own.
abogado o representar a sí mismo en la Corte de Inmigración.
Or represent yourself
Entonces,
in the
es bueno
immigration court.
prestar atención a esa presentación para saber más o menos cómo explicar su propio caso a los oficiales. Mañana
And
también
they
vamos a
will get
llegar-
translated that they can
hoy
tell
van a
their
llegar
case
con
to
materiales
the
escritos
officials.
que ustedes pueden revisar después de la presentación. ¿Ok? Otra cosa.
All right, everybody. We are live in Tijuana, Mexico. We are at the camp where all the migrants have been put. They're playing some soccer over here. It's a little bit of soccer play. This is a gathering of people learning about what the process is to apply for asylum in the United States, so they can make sure to do it properly.
Pero no son todos los casos, entonces tienen que estar preparados para representar a sí mismo en la Corte de Inmigración, ¿sí? Entonces es muy importante prestar atención y saber más o menos qué va a decir. Otra cosa que voy a mencionar antes de seguir con los ejemplos, nosotros empezando mañana tenemos grupos de abogados viniendo aquí. Vamos a dar oportunidad para orientación individual, para hablar con un abogado uno a uno sobre su caso. Vamos en orden de la lista, ¿sí? Para hablar con los que van primero. Entonces, que tengan la paciencia. Vamos a estar coordinando eso, pero empezando mañana, ¿ok? Ok, de acuerdo.
All right, well, I'm
Los
moving around a little
ejemplos.
bit, I guess.
Raza. Ok, so, los garífuna en Honduras a veces corren peligro por su raza, ¿sí? O sufren discriminación por su raza. Otro ejemplo, caso de gente indígena de Guatemala, a veces las comunidades están organizando contra la minería o hidroeléctrico y el mismo gobierno les hacen daño por ser parte de esa comunidad indígena, ¿sí? Entonces,
All right, so walk
entienden
around.
que
Well,
la
yeah, so that's a group. Not to get too close. The person who was giving the information wanted to be able to ask or have the migrants ask questions freely and have some sort of like privacy between a lawyer and the person. So
Básicamente el concepto es que usted es de una religión, los demás de otro y te quieren hacer daño por ser de parte de esa religión o parte de esa iglesia. Otros ejemplos de sus países, por ejemplo, he tenido muchísimos casos de gente evangélica que predican con los jóvenes y que quieren que los jóvenes no se juntan a la pandilla y las pandillas le quieren hacer daño por hacer eso. O que el pastor habla públicamente contra la pandilla y así quieren hacer daño a todos en la iglesia por eso. Eso puede ser un caso de religión.
So, yeah. All right, sorry. Just looking around, trying to figure out where to go next. I want to go on these bleachers here. Oh, there's cords everywhere. People living everywhere. People living where they can live. Oh,
fotos falsos, algo así, y no quisieron hacerlo y ya te quieren hacer daño, es caso de opinión política. Otra cosa,
so yeah, here's a bunch of different soccer games. Yesterday this was happening. You can see right here is like people that's living. All these little structures as shelters for someone to be able to sleep. Hopefully protect them from the rain. A lot of it's plastic sheeting. Looks like a lot of plastic sheeting, very little tarps. People have blankets only. So if that rains, it's probably just gonna collect that weight and drop down. Let's see the journalist here. Here's I guess the kids playing. You can see they're painting over there. They're painting right there. So they're painting right here. And it looks like they're playing some games over here. We'll move over a little bit. Okay. Ooh, this bleachers. Hola. So all these kids playing games. Yeah, we're at the camp in Tijuana. We're watching, I guess, a soccer match for the kids here. They got so the adults over here, way faster game. And then you have, looks like some coloring stations, people doing some coloring work, and people playing some jump rope over here. In the distance, boom, right there. It's a serious conversation about the ball right there. Like someone stuck a ball to the face, he missed it. They're holding pretty strong. It was pretty intense. Alright, so we're gonna keep moving. Soccer ball got kicked. Alright, we can go. I don't know what else to tell you. This is the camp. People just living and trying to get by. Underneath all this.
Sí, los casos políticos, si tiene un ramo político en su caso es muy importante mencionar eso, porque son los casos más
And apartments all the way down. Homemade. Not great. Hola. Let's see if I can go in and see what they're doing there. I can see there's people everywhere. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just trying to. I was gonna go back here. I don't want that one. Oh, doesn't look good. Whatever. Sorry, but again, I'm around your house. I'm just kind of learning my bearings a little more. Still kind of like trying to get some comfortable level, like where I'm at. You go with us? Okay, why not? Hola. ¿Mande? Oh, there's little kids everywhere. Just for those taking the space they can, you know. Anyways, there's a bunch of kids playing. There's no art wall. Oh, leave. Everyone's just playing. But yeah, here's the camp. This keeping the kids all going, keeping them occupied. gonna keep moving. Sorry, I'm just thinking a lot. I know you're probably wondering what I'm thinking, but it's a little, it's new to me, I guess. Con permiso. Oh, con permiso. Alright, let's keep moving around a little bit.
Oye, ¿usted habla portugués?
¿Manda?
¿Usted habla portugués?
No, no lo comprendo.
¿Usted habla italiano?
¿Qué?
Parla italiano.
No, hablo español, pero no muy bien.
English.
Sí, inglés más bueno. ¿Es baños?
Sí. Pero closing doors.
No, ahí pasan personas.
Closing doors. Right.
This is the bathrooms. And they were pretty rough. There's a lot of people. It's a charging station. Everyone's charging their phones. So yeah, so people are just charging their phones. Again, you can. Everyone has phones now. It's the future. You know, it's pretty. Not everybody, but a lot of people have phones now. It's the future. They're pretty affordable. Go to the Walmart. Look at all the different brands. He'll put it together. Yeah, this is like one of the big encampments. Alright, this has a bunch of people sleeping in it. You can see this. Bad. People sleeping right next to each other because they have to. I'm gonna move over a bit here a little bit more. This is almost the whole space. I'm almost done. Almost back to the beginning, so if you're wondering where we're at. We were here yesterday. Some more folks. Flipping spades or something, I don't know. It's on a charging station. Oh, pardon. Hola. And lots of phones plugged in over there. And this is back at the beginning of when we first came in, so took a little stall out over there. And back again. So I'm not gonna leave quite yet. That was just kind of wish I hadn't gone live right away, so it'd be easier for me to talk to folks. Get ready to do like some sort of interview, but I did go live all the way, so now I have a live camera in my hand and I feel weird. And so that's what's going on if you're wondering. I like to talk to people before I show up with the camera. Yeah, so we'll walk back over here. So there's people learning the process of how to apply to asylum, so they don't use the process that exists that is created by the laws. The United States people keep bringing up. They just learn how it works, because there is a process, and like everything here. Like I said, most of the people are being signed up into different stuff. Here's another entrance. So that's Oh yeah, yeah. Anyways, again, thanks for following us. We're Unicorn Riot. We are live here in Tijuana. I know a lot of people want interviews. Again, just know that we'll be here again tomorrow. Next week, we're going to take a little bit of a break and we'll be back. And we're just viewing this as added on to everything we've done before. So this is another bigger kind of walkthrough. At least that's how I'm viewing it. Just to give you a bit more of a sense, this was my first day in here, so I kind of sat down and tried to talk to a few people and then get you all the way around. And today we did go all the way around. Let's just do it again. I'm going to start at the beginning, take you to all these different points again. And then I'm probably going to take you down to get some water or something. But we're here, just so you know. If anything happens, we will be here. I'll do our best to be here. All right. All right, going back to the beginning. All right, here's the line of registration, folks. That was a lot. Looking out front, it's like a queue of people who are going to get on the bus are gone now. You ready to go through? ¿Cómo están? Se veían, ¿qué es eso? Oh. ¿Quieren hablar o no? Soy periodista.
Aquí por aquí, da la vuelta.
¿Dónde? Hola, ¿está vivo ahorita? ¿Está a internet? ¿Puede mirar a otra gente? ¿Está bien? Que dijo que pueden mirar a otra gente ahorita, está, ¿cómo se dice? Vivo en el internet. Noticias ahorita están otro gente. No quieren, está bien. Buen día. They're like, oh no, if it's live, we're not gonna do it. It's too much. So it was a group of people looking real comfortable, but they didn't want to do a live interview. So there you go. Try really hard. All right, so I'm doing around again. It's just a bunch of sleeping quarters. I assume they're all getting different names, and people are making up stuff as that's where they live. It's like their homes. Like you go home and you are there. Like you are at home. Now this is their home. It's just how it works. You know, people are trying to get someplace to actually make a permanent home. I assume. Right now, that's where they're at. So yeah, it's just we're moving around. People setting up tents. It was weird. There was like I was talking about, like, you know, people laughing or whatever. It's like, I don't know what you'd want them to do to be here and not try to find, like, some sort of something to help bring joy, you know? Like, if you're going to pass the time, you try to figure out how to do it tolerably, I would think. And it sounded like people are going to be here for a while. Here's people showering. I'm going to get too close to that. Here's some porta potties, lines of porta potties, showers. No one's naked, basically, but if people showering, I'll give them their space. I'm not gonna go over there. Here's where people are being walked through what they might expect. You know, just you know, like before I never crossed the United States-Mexico border here. You know, so like I went and watched like a YouTube video that explained to me what I was gonna have to do, and so that's what's going on, sort of. You know, it's like I had to figure out what was going on because it's I don't know. Crossing borders is always weird.
Eso es como les voy a explicar en mi entrevista. No voy a decir, hay mucha delincuencia, por eso me quieren hacer daño. No voy a decir, me quieren sacar dinero, por eso. No, por ser testigo de crimen, como ejemplo. Okay.
Last time I went up there, I have to like climb through all these ropes. See that? Hola. Anyways, like all these ropes, different shelters. Oh, I lost my hat. Oh.
Entonces usted puede decir que aquí mi hermano falleció, fue asesinado, mi papá, y ya está están amenazando a los demás de nuestra familia, peor que nosotros lo
So we go back up here.
porque sí, entonces, y si fue alguien del gobierno, peor, sí, porque
People playing soccer still? We're playing the hospital mask. And then we're gonna walk over here. This is where all the kids are hanging out. Looks like right now they're having a post-game meeting. I think it's at the door was like the Mexican Red Cross. This is UNICEF on their little vest. They got a little branded UNICEF vest as they play football. That's good though. I mean, I'm just pointing it out. You got the little art wall. I'll get over there close again. Yeah, I'll just go this way. And see, this they're going to ask you the question over and over again, different ways to see if you're lying. So it's just important to tell the truth. And so let's tell the truth and don't try to make anything up because they're going to try to figure you out. And so that's what she just told them. You see, they're all the way down. One more round around. Oh, they're pulling down the tents.
No creo que pasen para Estados Unidos también.
¿Mande?
Yo creo que pasen para la USA.
No quieren que pasen a otro lado through the fence. Pero hay precisa, pero es espacio de tiro. So. Muy duro. And they're gonna go play music on all sides.
Ay, gracias.
Okay, I'm not sure if she came in to sing or not. We're gonna go back over here. I'll check them out soon. Someone's putting on some soccer shoes for his kid. Oh, how did we do it? How did we do it? Oh, we did it! Yeah! Oh, thin spots. Alright. So we are back in the fence. I'm gonna go get some of this. See if I can walk over here. Hola.
Bueno chicos, vamos a empezar con un cuento.
so. I got 18 minutes left in here. Let's go over the fence, old school. Hit this. Yeah, sorry, my Spanish isn't great. Trying my best to kind of piece it all together. Reading Spanish. Si vas caminando, so if you're walking. Oh, I'm gonna go on these other bleachers. I haven't taken you there yet, so let's do that. Anyways, you can see this is sort of like, must be it's a baseball diamond. Small walls, I might be able to make it that far, personally, not sure. And that's what they have, the kids playing. Looks like UNICEF was part of the organization. There's a lot of organizations here, so it's really hard to know which one's which. They all have these name tags. I can't read them all. I have to be like staring at them till cross, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave. Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wait for real. Alright, heading out.
Ay, yo quiero esa chinela.
Oh, I was thinking, this bleach is over here. That's right. I'm thinking of that.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién lo hizo? ¿Por qué?
Eso, pero acá.
Porque no me gusta.
Así, recuerda que estuvimos hablando de dos tipos de protección, asilo y retención de instrucción. Son casi iguales, pero hay diferencias. Asilo debe estar de manera legal.
So yeah, I'm gonna head out of here.
Tiene que someter su solicitud al formulario.
Next time I'm not gonna go live first, and I'll come live with
Estados Unidos. A veces no te ponen una fecha de corte en ese tiempo. Entonces usted tiene la responsabilidad de llenar la solicitud y llegar a la corte donde tiene la audiencia y decir, antes del año, tengo mi papel.
hanging out,
Para llegar a la corte.
walking.
No puede tener delitos graves, no puede haber aplicado por asilo antes en los Estados Unidos. Y eso, asilo, es un camino a la residencia y la ciudadanía. También si usted gane asilo, puede pedir a su esposo, esposa y niños para que vengan a su país. ¿Okay? Y puede viajar fuera de los Estados Unidos ya que tenga asilo, pero nunca puede regresar a su país. Detención de la importación. No hay fecha límite para poner
walk in here.
Entregar su aplicación en
Hola.
un año, nomás va a calificar por detención de
Con permiso.
A pie vienen, no le cogieron mucho.
Ay, gracias.
A pie.
Hola. Buen día, buen día.
¿Se ha sentido como si no?
Okay, cards.
Semanal, 1.500 lempiras semanal, es lo que era la extorsión que le estaban haciendo a la niña.
Sí, los arcos acá, en 15 minutos o 20.
And I'm alone, so they have people who are talking to people, getting interviews. I'm just sitting here. This feels weird for me, sorry. I got 11 minutes, and then I'm gonna walk out, and then I'll probably go down the other side, I think. Hey!
Yo los anduve buscando por aquí al albergue hasta que iban a ver mamá. ¿Y Pati cómo se llama? Ahí estaba huevada. Yo me regreso con mirada.
Oh, I think there's more people arriving too.
Sí, si tiene delitos graves en su país de origen, pueden decir que usted no califique por asilo por haber tenido ese delito. Si usted cree que el delito fue por error o por razones políticas, o sea, a veces echan la culpa en
All right, everyone. I think that was the final walk around we had to do, at least today. I'm Lorenzo. I'm your host. Well, this is Unicorn Riot. We've been live now for I think maybe over an hour, maybe more. When we first got here, there was a Department of Homeland Security helicopter hovering near the park on the other side. This fence here is a border, from my understanding. You can see these new planks on top of it. Those are all brand new. We're here in this camp that was set up for the caravans as people are coming in the thousands to this area. They're guessing around 10 to 13,000, I've heard of the numbers. Right now there's about 2 to 3 here. And I showed you what this camp looks like. I don't know what you've been here in the United States or wherever you're at, wherever in the world you're at, since the news is global and the internet is accessible almost everywhere. But this is what it looks like when you see a live feed. I'm going to do a slow pan. You can kind of decide for yourself. Not to press. And so there's a bunch of people here. Again, this is sort of like the big wide open spot. More than likely, if people keep influxing in, I assume it'll get covered in tents. That's sort of what happens. People take space where they can sit down and lay down and rest. If you look back, we interviewed some people in the camp in Minneapolis. There's a big native Wall of Forgotten Natives camp is what it's called. A few hundred people are there now. When we were there wasn't that many people, but we talked to somebody who was houseless or homeless. however you want to say it, and we're just talking about how a tent at least gave them a place to lay down and have a place to call home. And it's sort of, some places they have a wall or some sort of privacy, anything so they can decompress, think about what's been going on in their lives. And I assume a lot of that probably is happening here as people are having what little space they can. Yesterday we talked to some people who said it was a 36-day journey to get here. Now maybe 37 for them. Again, there's multiple groups, multiple people from different countries, different backgrounds, a whole variety of human beings right here, all ages, all genders, I assume. And multitudes of folks, human beings. And this is what it looks like right now. It's been like this now for a couple hours. The only sort of strange thing was just that Department of Homeland Security officer on the U.S. side flying the helicopter there. That's about it. So I'm going to start walking out. And then I'm going to go down and decide what I'm going to do next. And I know.
Vamos en orden del número de la lista de la garita.
Anyways,
Okay. ¿Todos entienden Convención contra la Tortura? Más o menos?
All right, I think I'm going to walk out. I don't know who's watching anymore. I have no idea. No one's talking to me.
Okay.
I'm going to look here.
Vamos a hablar del proceso. ¿Sí? Sí.
Let's see here. We're going to walk out. All right, 97 people. What's up, all 97? At least on Facebook. I'm not sure who's on Periscope, YouTube, or the live stream. Thanks again for following us. We're going to walk out of here. You can keep hitting like and follow if you would. We're going to keep sort of following up on our coverage of this ongoing situation. This could be going on for months from what we're hearing. Earlier they were saying that they're registering people to get a visa to work in Mexico, saying that like you're going to be here for a while. Even if you want to seek asylum, you need to decide what you're going to be doing while you're here as well. Okay, salimos. Where do we leave here? Let's just sign up. Me voy a ir, necesito firmar algo. Allá afuera está bien. I was asking if I had to sign something. Well, all right.
Nada más hay que registrar su salida, por favor.
¿Mande?
Hay que registrar su salida con la señorita nada más.
Ah, está bien.
¿Sí? Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias también. Mañana al mismo tiempo, ¿saben?
Sí, es de 9 a 10 y de 2 a 3.
2 a 3, está bien. It's been 9 days, 2 to 3. Sí. Está bien.
¿De dónde vienes, carnal?
Minneapolis.
Órale, ya me había tocado verte, pero no sabía dónde venías. ¿A dónde le doy aquí la salida, hija?
Aquí, salida.
Aquí.
2.55.
Gracias, nos vemos, compadre.
¿A qué hora entraste?
A las 2:05. Otras. Aquí estoy, Lorenzo. Lorenzo. ¿Qué hora es? 3.
3.
Ay,
Gracias.
De nada. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, and then I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna do a little outro, and then I'm gonna take this down, check in with the studio, check in with questions. And I'll start working on trying to get some like long form interviews, sit down, talk with some people, see what's going on. So that's kind of what my next goals are. I feel like I got a good sense of what this looks like. can see there's people everywhere. I'm gonna go back to these barricades. All right, let's turn this around. 1 second here. Okay, 1 second. All right. Turn the camera around. Let the multitude of haters hate. Here I am. I'm Lorenzo. I'm your host. We are in Tijuana, Mexico. This is Unicorn Riot. That's what you're watching live. I am going to take the stream down. I want to thank everyone who supported us, became part of a recurring donor drive, became part of a recurring just supporters that allow us to get out here. I've been following this story for a bit. Got on the ground 4 or 5 days ago. And if you've been following our coverage, you've seen sort of the border wall from both sides. We went on an anti-migrant march that came to this spot. Saw some tuffles between the police and the anti-migrant march. When that was happening, we came over here and went into the camp, and people in the camp were just sort of hanging out. Talked to a few people. You can look back at those for those interviews. Talked to some people on the side who are saying that, like, oh yeah, those people over there want to murder us, huh? And then they're pointing to the United States, and those people want to murder us, huh? So what am I supposed to do? It's pretty horrifying. That happened. At least I heard that. But anyways, I'm Lorenzo. I'm your host. We have a whole slew of people on the internet. Thanks so much for supporting us. Thanks to the studio for taking care of all the back end stuff. And we'll be here for a couple more days, and then we plan to come back for a little bit longer. So keep giving us that support. We'll keep being on the ground. And I'll work on bringing you the interviews I know that everyone's dying to get. So we're going to work on that as well. Thanks again. This is Lorenzo with the Unicorn Riot, and we're going to go down here.